Last visit before I am killed, Israel denies Gaza hospital director's life is at risk while held in isolation. And of course, Haaretz is going to write this. They're all going to write it. In response to a petition seeking his release, the state says there is no indication the Gaza hospital director's life is in danger, while his lawyer alleges repeated beatings and serious injuries in solitary confinement. Gee, I wonder where they would get that from. Could it be because Israel always does this, that this is all they do, and another fucking paywall? Seriously, fuck Israel and their fucking cheap ass shit that they do on a regular basis. But I'm gonna grab it for you from
exactly. David is a precious blueberry, and we will throw down for him.
Yes. So we'll grab it from. So we'll grab it from Democracy Now.
Here's another lesson about this. This is something that maybe also, I don't know, someone like Marianne might want to learn something about. It's called loyalty. It's called loyalty. It's called not going where the winds blow ya and not treating people like they're disposable. It's called loyalty. Look into it.
Calls grow for Israel to release Dr. Hassam Abu Safiya. U.S. doctor says nobody is safe in Gaza. Israel continues to ignore international calls to free the director of Gaza's Kamal Adwan Hospital, Dr. Hassam Abu Safiya, from over 18 months of Israeli detention without charge. After seeing Dr. Abu Safiya on July 2nd, his attorney, Nasser Oda, says the doctor faces tangible danger to his life from torture and medical neglect. For more, we speak with Terza Leibowitz, the Deputy Director of Physicians for Human Rights Israel, about Abu Saifa's case and efforts to secure his release. The group has filed an appeal in the Israeli courts requesting the release of Safiya.
Yeah, I mean, this is the interview that they had. This is an interview. It's going to be a transcript of an interview. You realize that, right?
I don't know if it's a
this is Democracy Now's interview that they had with the attorneys, with the human rights lawyers group in Israel regarding that. So it's a transcript of an interview.
Yeah. Scroll down a little bit, Colin. Let's just see.
Because I watched the interview.
Keep going. All right, right there. Just scroll up slightly. This is a video message posted on Instagram Sunday from Dr. Abu Safiya's son, Elias, who says his father showed clear signs of torture and medical neglect during the recent meeting with his lawyer, in which Dr. Abu Safiya described being beaten with a hammer. My father was unable to breathe. My father was unable to speak. His face was disfigured from the marks of torture and pain, especially after the last court session held in Jerusalem at the Supreme Court. We still call out, plead, and appeal and beg to all the free people of the world and to everyone with an atom of humanity in their heart to save my father's life before it's too late.
And honestly, I remember when this went down. This man would not leave the patients in the hospital because that's just not his character, right? So he stayed even though they ordered an evacuation. And I remember watching him finally walk out and surrender himself to the tanks in the rubble and thinking, you know, this isn't right. Like, they're going to do, what are they going to do? This is what they're going to do. This doctor.
Colin, scroll,
and there's
please.
How many others? There's 14, at least 14 that are been detained from Gaza. 18 months, right? He's been 18 months. I remember when this happened.
Scroll up a little bit. From Dr. Thayer Ahmad, emergency room physician, who we spoke to when he went to Gaza, board member of the Palestinian American Medical Association. Can you explain the significance of who Dr. Abu Safiya is? I want to go to a clip, etc. And this is Dr. Hassam Abu Safiya translated regarding who he is. I always say the situation requires one to stand by our people's side and not run away from it. Gaza is our homeland, our mother, our beloved, and everything to us. Gaza deserves all of this steadfastness and deserves all of the sacrifices. It is not just about Gaza, but we deserve to be a people that deserves freedom just like every other people on earth. I think the occupation wants us to get out and for us to ask them to get us out so they can publicly say that the healthcare system is the one asking to leave and that it wasn't them who asked us to. But we are aware of that. But we will not let, God willing, from this place, as I said, for as long as there are humanitarian services to be provided to our people in the northern Gaza Strip.
Guys, there was the last Sunday webinar with Doctors Against Genocide. If you guys are not following Doctors Against Genocide, you should. Apparently his son spoke at their last webinar. You should check that out.
Mm-hmm. Colin, scroll down a little bit further, please. All right, slow. Just up a little bit. Just up a little bit. Right there. Nobody takes it seriously what the Israeli military says about Palestinians in general. Dr. Hassam, anybody that's worked with him, anybody that's worked alongside him knows that he is a phenomenal pediatrician and that he's an incredible hospital director. Same goes for all of the healthcare workers that are in these Israeli prisons currently. This idea that Palestinians could somehow spend their entire lives working and studying to become doctors and to professionally develop themselves, that they could also be something else, is part of the dehumanization. It is part of this sort of racism against Palestinians, that somehow they can be these phenomenal orthopedic surgeons and pediatricians and cancer doctors and nephrologists, and then at night they can turn into some nefarious character. It's a joke. Nobody takes them seriously.
Nobody believes that anymore. Nobody. You have a small little microcosm of sycophants that believe that, and the rest of the world does not believe that, because we've seen these people, we've met them. I know them.
And we know that
I don't know Dr. Safiya, but I know people like that. I know way too many people that are Palestinian and or affiliated Palestinian healthcare providers, Palestinian people. These are like the most dedicated, best doctors that you could even fathom, just willing to risk their lives just to exist. This guy's willing to risk his life while his kid was just killed. He was still risking his life for other people's children.
That's
also the level of what they have to go through academically, scholastically, collegiately to get to the same place where our doctors here can get to. They have to work 10 times as hard.
Oh yeah.
And I shit you not, the Palestinians are not just the most like what this is like the highest literacy
rate. The highest
rate.
educated people concentrated in the world, like 97% graduate from college.
Yes.
Yes. Crazy number.
And I'm telling you, I have met the woman with all 6 of her kids are doctors. I met her at a freaking iftar dinner, and I sat there and I'm looking at her. I'm like, of course they are. Yes, of course they are. That makes perfect sense to me. So I'm telling you, I've met these people. They're phenomenal. These medical people. Thank
you, Sonny. This is the campaign. We've been with Doctors Against Genocide in DC. Mm-hmm. That's who we went in the halls of Congress with. And of course, they were ignored by virtually everybody. It is a huge problem. And there is also something to be said, as we have pointed out, about what has been going on with FIFA. Now, Jen, you have said that FIFA is a completely Zionist-fronted, corrupt organization. So anything that you are seeing with the World Cup is not on the level. And we obviously want to give a huge shout out because we do know that Argentina in particular, and Lionel Messi can seriously go fuck himself. And of course, those that don't know, Lionel Messi lives in Zionist heaven in Southeast Florida. And the Argentinians, as we know, are basically becoming, you think the United States was one and the same with Israel? No, Argentina is Israel South. That's basically what they are now. Children wearing, and this is from Egypt's coach, Hassan calls on football's biggest names to speak out on Gaza. Children wearing Argentina, Barcelona, Messi, and Real Madrid shirts are being killed, yet you remain silent. And they do, because for those who don't know and may have been paying attention to what's going on in the stands, Argentina is in the quarterfinals, and whether it's the Argentinian fans or it's Israelis showing up to support Argentina, they are showing up in the stands waving the Israeli flags. Egypt's coach noticed this, and here's what he said in the highly controversial press conference after Egypt lost the match.
حضرتك سؤال، وبعد تصريحاتك بالأمس بشأن القضية الفلسطينية، هل ترى أن مصر تم معاقبتها اليوم من قبل التحكيم بسبب ما تم تناوله أمس؟
أنا مش عايز أخش الموضوع في كده، بس احنا كنا بنتكلم على حالات إنسانية. هو انت حد عارف الأطفال بتاع اللي هم ماتوا واللي رجليهم اتقطعت واللي إيديهم اتقطعت واللي عميوا، حد انت حاسين بحاجة؟
No, they don't. They're too busy profiting. I hate all of these, honestly. Every commercialized, competitive, sporting anything is this now. It's all this. It's just commercialized, corporatized, militarized garbage that only benefits rich people, and only rich people can really afford to go and see. And I do know that people watch this from all over the world and they love soccer. I get it. But I mean, I'm just talking the FIFA, the event stuff.
But the thing you also have to remember, which is important here, and this also gets to friend of the show, Jordan Cheriton with Status Quo News, look behind the coach. Just look at the graphic wall behind him. That is the United Corporations of FIFA, much less America. Hyundai, Lenovo, Verizon, Bank of America, of course, being one of the major fronts for terrorist activity.
Exactly. The IOC too. The IOC too. Fuck those people.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. We'll finish it up.
حاسين بحاجة. المفروض ان كرة القدم تبقى الإعلام والرياضة واللاعبين يبقى ليهم يبقى يساندوا القضية معينة، قضية إنسانية. على فكرة في البلد اللي الأطفال بيموتوا فيها بيلبسوا الفانيلا بتاعت الأرجنتين، وبيلبسوا بتاعت برشلونة، بيلبسوا بتاعت السيتي، وبيلبسوا بتاع ريال مدريد اللي انتوا بتشوفوهم ده. بس انتوا بتشوفوا الناس دي هم بيحبوك وبيحبوا الكورة، بس انتوا برضو عمالين يتقتلوا وانتوا برضو ساكتين وعادي.
تمام.
Because they want to pretend.
So nice. So good for him.
Yeah, but they want to pretend that this is not going on. And this has always been the
They're
hardest.
going to get rid. I don't know enough about this sport or that team or that coach or anything, but that says to me that he's not going to be long for that job. Like, I don't know, but it doesn't seem like that's pretty bold.
Maybe.
I don't know.
And the reason why this is such a big deal is because, as we have suspected, and as Jen has been saying, probably even more forcefully than I was, everything regarding the so-called rift between Trump and Netanyahu was just a sleight of hand. It wasn't real. Same with the one with
Biden. Same with the one with everybody before that.
Oh, we're going to give them a stern talking to.
It's the same fucking playbook over and over and over and over again. And people keep falling for it. I don't understand.
Colin, pull up the story, please. They have restarted the war with Iran. What they think they're going to get out of this is beyond perplexing to me, because this is ridiculous.
Well, he's not working with the truth is, I don't know whether Trump is lying and or delusional regarding individual statements he's saying, right? I know both of those things are true, but it's hard to know when he says things, whether he really believes it or if he's just lying. Now, I think that he might be being told things that are just not true.
Do you believe this?
No, not in a million years. No. I'm going to say this. I'm going to be so clear. I'm going to be so fucking clear. Iran, in terms of the government, the leadership, the head people, their State Department people, all those people, they're not talking with us. They're not reaching out to us. They're not negotiating with us. They're not having anything to do with us. They're not talking to Trump. He's not talking to them. Again, I think maybe he's talking to sock puppets. I don't know. But he is not speaking with
really great.
He's not speaking with the Iranians. Now, I get that people are going to read this and they're going to believe that, but it's not true. The Iranians are not calling him. They're not speaking with him. They're not speaking with Jared Kushner or Witkoff. They're not even meeting with the Pakistan intermediaries anymore. They're done. They're fucking done. They have said what they're going to do every step of the way. And they've been very clear and very consistent. And why they don't believe what they're saying when they keep doing what they're going to say is fascinating to me. I don't know what's going to happen. And I have been saying this for the better part of a few years now, is they're going to end up leveling Israel. And I'm down with that. I'm here for it. I'm here for it because the Iranians keep saying, you go after our infrastructure, we're going to go after Israel's infrastructure. You go after this, we're going to go after that. And they do every time. So every time we go after them, I'm just waiting. I'm waiting with bated breath, eagerness, and eager anticipation.
What possible motivation could there be here? And we have said that Iran holds the trump card. The Strait of Hormuz. The Strait of Hormuz is the trump card. It is the economic choke point of the United States, and
it's more than just us. It's globally a problem.
How long ago have we said unequivocally that Iran has backed the United States into a corner? You have two choices: either it's your economy or it's Israel. You can't have both. You get to pick one. Which one do you want?
Well, and I would suggest that Iran didn't back us into a corner. I would suggest we ran headfirst into a corner. Yes. We just cannot get out of our own way. And I think it's just empire in general and capitalism in general, like the complete implosion of it. But I view Iran as they're fighting for the soul of the world right now. Iran is fighting against the empire. We are now in we need to get to the Return of the Jedi stage. We've just completed the Empire Strikes Back, and we need to go right into that Return of the Jedi. And Iran is that. They are leading the resistance. People who do not see this, it fascinates me. Maybe it's just they weren't Star Wars people. They don't understand what the resistance is versus what the empire is, and they're confused as to who's who.
And I want to point out one more thing. Carson Cruz, I see you, brother. And I want to make sure that we also recognize that there is no salvaging, there is no negotiating, nothing with these people.
Meaning our people. Meaning us, not them, not those people.
If I could. Mohammed al-Wahadi was in Gaza to organize streaming the World Cup for the Palestinians to watch. Israel targeted him for assassination, and they killed him earlier today. So when they get leveled, no tears are going to be shed from anybody with an ounce of humanity, because what will happen when they're gone, humanity will find itself again.
Well, when we're gone. And by we, I don't mean us as individuals and people. I mean us as the leading hegemon and empire running the globe and being the world bully. And people, if it concerns you, just think about what, Great Britain was the big global empire for years until they weren't. And it isn't that the people there cease to exist. They just exist in a country that isn't the global empire. We'll do that. We'll survive. We'll exist. And the world will be better for it. And I think it'll be sort of like when the house lands on the Wicked Witch and all the munchkins come out to celebrate. That's what the world will do when Zio hell crumbles.
I agree.
That's what's going to happen. And Iran is leading that rebellion. So anybody who does not support them, you're not understanding the plot. You're not seeing the plot, and it's global. And it is totally intersected with the working class struggle globally. Completely. because what's happening is a white supremacy, capitalistic, oligarchic situation, and the global, uprising has to happen like everywhere about that. And it's connected. So, I am so here for it. But yes, they want to go after Iran's desalination plants. Have at it. Have at that. Have at that. See what that does. I am telling you that first they're going to get rid of Qatar, the UAE, Kuwait, Saudi Arabia, all y'all are going to be be dead and have to evacuate. All y'all. Our bases are already gone. So I don't know. And keep going. And then they're going to level. I am so down for the leveling of Tel Aviv. I need popcorn.